Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mornings with Mayesh. I am Yvonne Ashton, and we are so excited that you're joining us today. We have a fantastic show lined up for you this morning, and I'm thrilled to introduce our guest, David Dahlson, who's sharing some really exciting news with you all. First, David's going to be unveiling our newest flower farm partnership from Guatemala. They're bringing us an absolutely gorgeous lineup of Cymbidium orchids that I know you are going to love. These blooms are stunning, and we can't wait to show you what's coming your way. Then, David's going to walk us through something that we've all been waiting for. OASIS came out with their Renewal Floral Foam. And this is Oasis's latest innovation, a plant-based floral foam made with renewable resources. It's a game changer for those of you looking for more sustainable options in your floral design. So David has gotten it and he's tested it and he's going to tell you all about it. And also, before we get started, I just wanted to let you all know that we are going to be at the Wedding MBA next month. So if you're going to be in Vegas for this wedding industry event, be sure to visit us at our booth and say hello. All right, so make sure now you have your coffee ready, get comfortable, and let's dive in. David, welcome back.
Hi there. Good morning, I should say. Well, over here on the East Coast, it's just turned into the afternoon. We got a little lunchtime special for you. And I'm really happy to present, like you said, a new partnership with a farm in Guatemala. I think they were originally called Holland Orchids, probably with a partnership with growers from Holland. But they have a marketing arm here in the United States, and they are called designer cut flowers. So we've been looking at them for the last couple of years. Should we work with them? I think they were still working on a lot of the kinks of the growing, but we're very happy that this season we are partnering up with them, and they have a wonderful lineup of Cymbidium orchids. It's a very interesting window for Cymbidiums because New Zealand really is coming to an end, and Holland is just starting up. So we'll have these from Guatemala for the next couple of months, and a really great, they're filling that niche window that was for a while a little lacking. And going into fall, they have the late varieties, that in Holland would not normally be available until January, February, March. So, we do have a lot of the browns. They do a tremendous fall pack, but they also have a lot of straight boxes of yellows, browns, burgundies, all with wonderful throats. Of course, whites and pinks too, if you have fall weddings and they want the traditional color of orchid. Remember, Cymbidium is what we call a cold weather orchid. It likes the cold, and you might go, well, Guatemala, that's sort of near the equator, but it's actually grown in the highlands of Guatemala, probably at around 2,000 meters, 2,000 or above, to get those nice cold nights that Cymbidium orchids love. And like I said, they have amazing set of colors. I'm going to do some close-ups for you, bring them up to the camera. You can really see them. Very nice. Awesome. Really beautiful. Gorgeous.
That is beautiful. What variety is that, David?
Well, they came in a mixed box, so I'm not too clear. That could actually be Charlie Brown. Most of you do by color, so this will be a burgundy, really nice.
Very beautiful.
Beautiful. These have, like, for instance, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 flowers on this. And most of the varieties we're doing now, they have 8 to 11 blooms per stem. There's another. This is a really fabulous one. I'm not familiar with this. I have not seen this in Holland. Rich gold caramel colors with a wonderful red lip, a red throat. Really nice and very strong. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful orchids.
While you're grabbing that, David, real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone that is here with us on Instagram. I have a bunch of comments already. People from Ecuador, we have Alaska in the house, and Northern Ireland too. So welcome, nice. Flower friends.
Well, top of the morning to the people from Ireland there. Okay, so this is the packaging. It's very good. It's really based, I think, on a Dutch ethic. It's very well done. Of course, always when you open a box blind, a little tricky, but we'll take a look. This one is Charlie Brown, which is a classic for the fall. Very nice. I mean, look at those. Really, really beautiful. So I was right, but the first one I did show you is Charlie Brown. They're packed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 12 stems in a box. Mostly we do solid colors. There are a few full packs, or you can order the full packs from your sales associate with anticipation. And we do have these now in our Miami direct box lots offering. I think the prices are excellent. Relative, I mean, the quality is very good. And like I said, it does fill the window because Holland is just getting started with what we call early varieties, and these are not in that. So a very nice packaging, beautiful flowers, good straight stems. For a long time in Latin America, the stems were not straight, were sort of crooked and not really ideal for for arrangements. I think we do want the straight stems. The Cymbidiums are tutored a little like tomatoes, so they'll have a string and they keep it pretty tight so that the stems stay straight and erect, and the flowers at each internode are in the correct aspect on the stem. So there it is. You can see designer cut flowers. We have them in Miami direct box slots. They have a wonderful array of colors, as I said, and take advantage of it.
I love it. Perfect. Took me a hot second to figure out how to get rid of my head, so I was out of the way from the box.
Okay.
Yeah, David, will you show the box just one more time? Because
Sure.
It was my first time hiding myself, and I've never done that before. So,
So here's the box. You can see it's designer cut flowers is the grower. And I'll open it again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just so they can see how it's packed and all of that. My video was kind of in the way of that.
So there's the package. It's really nice, professional. It's in the Dutch style. I don't think you'll hear. Very nice. 12 stems per box.
Perfect.
Excellent product.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
Cymbidium, the classic cold weather orchid. Also, it's pretty much a terrestrial orchid. A lot of the other ones like Phalaenopsis, Vandus, and so forth are more epiphytic and tend to grow with the roots in the air. Cymbidium's cold weather terrestrial orchids.
Very cool. So this is particularly exciting just for those who are joining us maybe right now, because this kind of will fill in the gaps too when we can't get them, when they're like technically out of season, right, David?
That's correct. So it fills the window because, so in the summer we get them from New Zealand where it's their winter, so they're growing in full force. But they've tapered off, and Holland hasn't really quite started. I have a few early varieties in Holland, but they're not in full force. So Guatemala actually fits into a very, very nice window, meaning we get access to excellent selection of colors, especially for the fall, the golds, the yellows, the reds, the burgundies, the two-tone peaches with the red throats, everything really great for the fall. Fantastic green ones, which you can work into your fall arrangements as well. I mean, it's a great selection and availability, and it's in that window that hitherto was not fulfilled either by the Northern Hemisphere for our winter or the Southern Hemisphere in their winter, which would be our summer. So really, really good products to have, and we're really happy to be working with designer cut flowers and their wonderful Cymbidiums.
Amazing. I love it.
Yes.
So, David, I know talking to you, you got this new OASIS Renewal Floral Foam to test. Do you
Right.
want to talk a little
Yes.
bit about that?
I want to introduce. Well, I'm very. If I can be blunt, I was very against floral foam for many years. I think on our blog in 2010, I castigated it because it's a really not a good product for the environment. It's not good for people working with it because it gives off a lot of microparticles, really bad for the throat and the lungs. So, and I'm glad to see that a large part of our industry has moved to using other formats, whether it's chicken wire, water reservoirs, all sorts of different ways to work and not use the floral foam, which is really a bad thing. And I know that I'll give credit where credit is due. Smithers Oasis has been working on this for a long time, and they've come up with what they're calling this product Renewal Floral Foam. This is promotional boxes, but we will have them in our Detroit location, Charleston, and Atlanta pretty soon by the regular case with 20 bricks. So those are coming. I just want to give you a preview. I'm pretty excited. So this one, and it's been vetted by one of the toughest vetting organizations in Austria, TUV. It's certified bio-based, and it's got the top rating, 4 stars from that company. Bio-based does not mean it's fully compostable, and it does not mean it's fully biodegradable. What it does mean is that this product comes from total renewable sources, and it does capture carbon. So it's got 2 good things going for it. Of course, we want it to compost fully. I have put it in my compost file, and if you break it up to start with, it does break down pretty good, but some particles will be left. I'm pretty sure that this went into industrial size composting facility. The sheer heat would break it down because it does come from mostly organic parts or things like shrimp peels or certain things. So not fully comfortable if you're doing it at home. I imagine on an industrial scale it will compost, and certainly the fact it's made up of stuff that's coming from renewable assets, whether it's sugarcane byproducts or what have you. A very good, I think, a very good start. And to be fair to Smithers Oasis, they are conscious of it, and they would like to get to the full product where it can be composted easily as well. So let's take a quick look at this.
So this is just a really big step. I'm really excited and actually really happy to hear Oasis. And I know they've been working really hard on this. We've had a lot of conversations with them. So this is very exciting. Thank you, Oasis.
So this is their block. The block, it's sort of, unlike the green, I think this is a better look. It comes in the traditional sections. You know what it doesn't have? When you touch it, it doesn't have that creepy fingernails on the blackboard kind of icky feeling on your fingers. It's comfortable. You don't feel that all coming off. So I do like that.
Yeah. Oasis has a kind of microsite for this. I'm going to share the link so that way you guys can take a look at that. But also just wanted to let you know that you brought up the color, and it's saying on the website that there's no dyes or colorants. It's just the natural colors is what it is. So they're not like trying to change it.
Right.
And yeah, which is great.
But the actual feel of it isn't creepy like it used to be. Standard floral foam was creepy. And this is actually not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would still say wherever possible, let's be using, these water reservoirs, chicken wire, vases, whatever, any way we can. But, there's instances like, say you're doing a banqueting table and you need something like low to go and the vases aren't going to do it, or things like flower walls, which literally cannot be done any other way except with foam. So this is a good alternative. I've got some. I put in water. You're going to see, by the way, it goes really dark when it's full of water. And I will say this hydrates much faster than the original standard. It really hydrates quickly. Now, I'm old school. I like to give foam at least 4 hours, which this has. But I think with the new foam, you could probably get away with 45 minutes, and the block will be super saturated with water. So I'll do a quick run through. Why not? Let's use some of these wonderful orchids. And remember, with these stems, you do have the single stems, but you can also cut them down, use your stems twice, right? You have, and go easy on me, guys. I'm not really a designer. But just to see, like how we will take other stems, because, poppies, they can be a little delicate. Goes in nicely, very nicely.
I love that we're getting a design demo from David. I didn't know you were going to do this.
Well, yeah, because you got to go, because I'm just getting the feel, everyone to see the feel of the different kind of flowers. And, normally with Oasis, you can really do some crazy angles on flowers. And this one, I'm going to be honest, I think this product is way better than the original, if I can say that. Because it seems to grab the flowers better. I don't know if that makes sense, but it seems to, when you put it in, it really seems to hold the flower in a really, really nice way.
Very cool. I have a question asking about the density. If they are saying so it's not as dense as the regular floral foam?
Maybe when it's dry, but once it's full of water, it's pretty dense there, I would say, in my opinion.
Good to know.
Yes.
And just so, again, I'm on the website. This, like, every block holds 1.5 to 2 liters of water, which is good to know.
Yeah, well, it's a lot. I mean, it hydrates. I would say the hydration, though, is faster, because when I was doing it, with the old one, you would put it in for the water to come up and for it to sink. This went pretty quickly, half an hour, 45 minutes. That thing is, fully hydrated. I mean, right now I had it in water for almost 4 hours. It is super saturated, so that's going to last the whole wedding, if not more. I mean, easy, not even, it's not even out.
Very cool. Just so you guys know, too, this foam has a 56% lower carbon footprint than petroleum-based floral foams without losing the look, feel, and performance. It's great to know.
I would say not only does it not lose the performance, I think it might even be better.
I love that.
Right? I mean, and from a practical point of view, sometimes, let's say you're doing a destination wedding, there's not always time to hydrate Oasis overnight or 4 hours. Sometimes you have to get rocking immediately, So, well, there it is. I'm not a great designer. I just want to give you an idea, but it works. It seems to work really well. I haven't used Oasis in a long time because personally I was against it. But
yeah,
I think a very good product. And while I was against the original foam, I support this, and I support what Smithers Oasis is doing, is trying to make things more sustainable. And like we've said at Mayesh, there is no easy road to sustainability. It's all little steps. And this is a great first step. Grateful to Smithers Oasis and Floral Life and their whole group who in reality do so much for the floral industry.
Yes.
So I want to thank you. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Yeah, just let us know. Also, again, I'm on renewal.oasisfloral.com. I shared the link in the comments. Sorry, Instagram. I wish you'd make life a little easier for us businesses that want to share things like this. So there's no link for you guys. But I did put it on the screen for a little bit. But on here, it also says that it doesn't matter what kind of stems, right? Like before you used to have like a certain kind of foam if you had soft or hollow stems or thick woody stems. This is a
Right.
foam fits all. It will work for all the different stems, which is
Well, that's
also
why I
a
brought these
really great.
poppies, because poppies, you could never used to get them into floral foam. You'd have to make a hole and insert. This just goes right in.
Yeah.
So, I tried to put in a variety of stuff to see how it goes. I got thick stems, thin, all kind of stems. And like I'm saying, just so you can see clearly, that's the dry one. And then when it's wet, it goes very dark. And I think it's a good backdrop, especially if you're doing a lot of greening up first and then adding flowers. This almost just completely disappeared. And you don't have that horrible sort of green peeking through it in any aspect. Very nice.
Yeah, this is great.
And like
I'm
I
so
said,
excited.
we will have this available. Locations, we'll have a channel to get it from our distribution hub here in Miami. We should be getting our first shipment pretty soon, and that will be available. I am hoping within the next 2 or 3 weeks in Detroit, Atlanta, and Charleston.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you, David. Is anyone
Okay.
else have any other questions? I have another comment on here from Kathy in Nashville. Says great information. She loved it. Thank you, Val, for your question earlier. I don't see anything else. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. So I love it. I'm so excited. Are you guys excited about these new orchids from Guatemala? I know I am. We are. And, those will be available on Mayesh.com. They'll be available through your branch. So definitely look for those. And again, I shared the link for the Renewal Oasis Floral Foam. Check out that. And if you guys missed this or you want the links and all of that fun stuff, we'll be putting this up on our blog. There also will be the podcast version. So if you want to listen to this later or share it with your flower friends, we appreciate that. So thank you, David, so much. I hope you have an amazing day. I always love when you come to visit us and share some new things in the flower world with all of us. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'd just like to give a shout out to Jane at Designer Cut Flowers for providing us with these samples of Cymbidium, and of course Rachel over at Oasis for sending me these samples. Very excited. Thank you so much, everybody. It's great. So it's cheerio from me here in Miami.
And cheerio for me. That's a wrap on today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see